like little
I've
army
done
scene,
that.
a scene of like army men wading through a river with their guns above their heads. It's like
It was like
with our
that.
textbooks above
my,
our heads.
my backpack above my head,
Waiting.
I'm gonna get to class. I'm gonna get to class. I'm not losing this.
Hello and welcome to What's on the Fourth Floor. I'm your host Carter Walford, together here with my co-hosts
Ethan Goobles.
And Claire Weekly.
We're back. We spoiled our listeners a bit by releasing 3 right at the beginning. They've had to wait for this next episode, but here we are again, back with the mysteries of the universe
And everything else.
and everything else.
If there is anything else other than the universe.
One mystery of the universe I have to put forth to my 2 co-hosts is what's in my top drawer. In my room, there is
This is a special edition.
This
is a special edition of What's With That.
What's with
Okay.
that? What's in Carter's top drawer?
So I have a dresser,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sort of not, the room's not that big, so everything's sort of in arm's reach of each other. But my top drawer has socks in it, for one. Normal top drawer, sock drawer. It's like a chest of drawers,
You would
know,
think.
like a
Okay.
dresser. Next, it also has underwear in it, which is like not too out of the ordinary. You keep socks and underwear
For the
in the same
top,
place.
yeah, in the same
You know,
drawer.
Makes
top drawer.
sense. This is where it gets a bit weird. I also keep all of my textbooks in it.
No kidding.
All of them?
All of them.
So you can fit all of your textbooks and your underwear and your socks in one drawer.
It's a big drawer.
How big is this drawer?
It's a big. Yeah.
Is it bigger on the inside?
It's bigger than a bread box. That's for
It's
certain.
bigger than a bread box.
Have we made that joke on the podcast yet, or did all of those get?
We
get
have
trashed?
referenced it.
We
I don't
referenced
think I don't think the listeners are clued in.
So,
to
newsflash,
the
you can't
why.
fit a human inside a bread box.
Right. Just like we can't fit. Oh no, I mean we can fit a human inside of an oven, but again,
Probably.
please don't. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can say that any nicer.
I have 4
Please.
textbooks, if that matters to your imagination of what's possibly in this drawer. Moving on, I also keep. I just checked before I walked to come and record this. I have a bag of honey roasted peanuts in it.
Is this your way of announcing that you've developed Tardis technology and are employing it in your dorm room?
It is a fantastic drawer. I also keep the headset that Claire is currently wearing in it.
And oh, Claire.
Yeah, it's
Hi.
in my underwear drawer. Only clean underwear, but that's where I keep it.
I was
Please.
not informed of this beforehand.
It's not. It probably doesn't even touch anything. There's so much other crap in this drawer that
okay.
it's like isolated.
So you're
Like-
safe,
great.
Claire.
Like textbooks. You're probably
You're
safe.
safe.
I also keep the headphones I wear while walking around out in the public. In
Okay.
this drawer.
Wait, this is like a catch-all drawer.
My
junk
final
junk
item
drawer.
I keep in it. It is not my junk drawer. Only the most
Oh, this
essential
isn't.
items.
This isn't the.
Only the most. This is the opposite of a junk drawer. I also have a junk drawer.
Oh,
and it's
this
where
is
garbage
your
goes.
most referenced
Not
or
actual
most
garbage.
used
Yeah,
item
and
drawer.
You got it. You figured out the sort of
Purpose.
theme of this drawer. I also keep my wallet in it.
Okay.
But it started off as just a socks and underwear drawer, but then slowly, since it is immediately next to my chair where I sit down when I get into my room, it's like if I just stick out my arm to the right and drop
Yeah.
things, it will go in this drawer. And so it has slowly
Okay.
developed into anything I'm carrying when I walk into my room goes in this drawer.
Did you get this idea? Wait, no. How long have you used this system of storage?
It happened. I didn't make like a conscious effort to do this.
Unlike
this just
your
sort
system
of
of
happened.
note-taking?
over
That's
time.
what I wanted to
Well,
ask
that just sort of
because
happened over time too. and
Oh,
I-
Okay.
This is how I develop my systems. They're things that just
Uh-huh.
sort of happen naturally, and I think, and I look at this situation and say, why is this happening? And the answer is always because it's the most efficient way to live your life. It's to have a
to live
dedicated
your
drawer.
life.
To live my life.
How subjective a term that is.
Well, you can decide for yourselves, listeners, but
Right.
I would strongly encourage you to have a drawer where you just drop everything you have when you walk into a room.
By the way, speaking of the note taking, we have gotten some
Some feedback.
feedback on that system, and from the feedback that I have seen, it's pretty much split 50-50. Half of the people that half the comments I've seen agree with you, Carter,
hmm
that one notebook is all you need, and they
Nice.
will put everything in it. However, they did not specify that they use it exactly the way you use it. You would just go from page to page.
hmm
However, there are multi-subject notebooks where you can go from subject to subject and still keep your classes separate.
This is a middle ground, but
It's
I'll
a middle
allow it
ground.
this
Yeah,
time.
I would do it. In fact, I think I have done it before. I just had a 5-subject notebook. I'd rather not
I've
have
tried it, but then I always end up running out of paper, and then I need to carry
exactly.
around all my old notes, and then also have the 4 subjects that I still haven't filled up, and then another folder on top of that, instead of just getting rid of the notebook, getting rid of putting somewhere else so I can reference later, and then just carrying the 4 plus the new one instead of the equivalent of 5, and then another one, because they are inseparable.
Yeah, that's a lot to carry around, but
Mm-hmm.
that's why I don't like.
No,
I'd
thank
rather
you.
not use a multi-subject notebook.
You say all of the feedback you've received. As far as I know, you've only received 2 comments.
Two
Is
comments.
that the 50-50 split?
It's a
you've got?
50-50 split.
Okay.
I like the sample size.
Uh,
I'd also like to note that my mother is the traitor
yes.
siding with you, and is it?
Carter's
It's someone
mother
who knows
agrees
you
with
that's
me.
siding with me, isn't it?
It is a what?
It's someone who knows you that's siding with me.
Yeah, my teacher from high
Your
school.
teacher from high school.
She said that she has one
So
notebook.
people who come into long contact with us disagree with us and do not like us.
Yeah,
is what we've
they
learned
don't
here
like
today.
us. I haven't even met your mom, and she already agrees with
Yeah.
me.
Well, she just disagrees with me.
She disagrees.
That's really what's happened
It's
here.
like I know my child. See, obviously you think you're organized. I
do.
think that I'm organized. I try to stay overly organized. We talked about this with the note taking. That's what you should see my top drawer.
I think organization just happens, and you don't have to. If you stress for it,
Right.
you're being unorganized because the point of organization is to save time in doing things throughout the day, but you're sort of defeating that purpose if you spend extra time to stay organized. You should just keep things the way that they come naturally to you.
See, you got a problem with
Free
that, Claire?
love,
Nope, it's just entertaining.
Come on, man. Just go with the flow,
Okay.
I'm just saying that things tend to go towards maximum entropy.
I can see that too.
Oh,
But
check
So,
and mate.
over time, things become more disorganized as a way of nature, and you do need to spend more time organizing things
So-
for it to be organized.
This is what happens when you get a group of physics majors into a discussion about
Socks.
organizational
we
skills
bring in the laws
and
of
methods.
thermodynamics.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it will naturally tend towards the laws of thermodynamics.
I think you then must just subtly put in a driving force behind your system the whole time. You don't need to rearrange everything at once, but just a constant, subtle force directing the flow of everything
But
into
my-
some
Can't
organized way.
counteract entropy. You can minimize
Yeah, you
the
can-
increase of entropy, but you can't counteract
Yeah.
it.
My organizational systems just carry themselves. I don't have to take time out of my day to be organized. I already have the system in place, and I just follow my system.
I am going to start counting up the seconds that you write topics in all caps and underline them throughout physics lectures, and we'll get the full time
Okay,
wasted.
you
out
do
of
that,
it.
Carter. Okay.
How are you going to time this? Like with a stopwatch?
I'm just
or...
going to count in my head. It's going to be
Okay.
completely biased timing, but
Okay, so there's some
Okay.
pretty big
This
error
is just
bars
to move
on
us
This
that.
is his way
Yeah,
of
this
getting
is
back for
to prove
my
a point.
point totaling in the trivia segments. 'Cause
Oh,
that-
but today I'm in power.
which
Yeah.
we'll come to later. I have a second sort of talking point, and I'm a bit hesitant to bring it up, but it is something I feel very strongly about. So it's the reason I always wear headphones whenever I walk anywhere on campus. And
Wait, is there
Oh.
actually music playing through these
there
headphones?
there is music
No.
playing through them.
Okay.
But
Okay.
So you're not that big of...
if say my phone is dead, I will still wear the headphones.
Okay.
And I dedicate 15 or 20 minutes before I go anywhere to track down my headphones and make sure that I have them with me. before I
So
go
you're
anywhere.
saying your headphones need to be tracked down, and therefore you're not organized.
Sometimes when they're not in the top drawer,
Why
they,
aren't they in the
they get
top drawer,
lost.
Carter? See, my
Exactly.
headphoons are always in the top zipper of
If-
my backpack.
So in your
because-
backpack, that's insane. That's so much time to unzip it and put your headphones away and get it back out.
and I figure
But
8
more
wrap
time
them
than
up too.
spending 15 to 20 minutes looking for headphones.
It's if I am talking to someone on the way back from a class or what have you, and I can't put them on, the headphones will be in my pocket when I walk into my room, not in my ears. And so I don't take them out and put them in the drawer. They stay in my pocket. So it's always someone else's fault.
Okay.
That's
If Carter's mom is out there listening,
Uh-huh.
we want to hear what you have to say to that. I will say though, that I think it is more efficient to get to class when you have headphones in.
Yes, that is part of the
Because
reason.
I do see lots of people along the way, and I just don't feel like they don't feel like they have to say anything to you if you've got headphones in.
Yes,
You can
you
just
are
nod
right
and walk
on track.
walk
But
on by.
I've boiled this down to a science. There are tables of this being the small exchange of sort of greetings between you
Right.
and someone you know when you're passing on the sidewalk or in the street when you're both going somewhere.
Right.
First of all, I'll just preface this with I don't feel like this needs to be a thing at all. I wouldn't walk up to someone I know and just say I know you to their face every time I see them, and that's what I see these little hellos as, because we only do them to people we know, and
Right.
I just don't feel the need to acknowledge people's existence. You do exist. You don't need my confirmation.
Right.
But anyways,
I will take out my headphones if it's somebody like I haven't spoken to in a while.
that is another preface. That is allowed. If you want to stop and talk to me, and we'll stop and go to the side of the sidewalk and have a conversation, that's fine. We can do that. But it's when we get these little mixings between just a casual greeting and a conversation that I get very annoyed. And let me just put forth a scenario now. If someone, Ethan, if I'm walking towards you and I
Gotcha.
say, hello, or hey, how are you? What will you say back to me?
Doing good. I wouldn't ask you.
You would
if
not
if we're
ask me
moving,
back,
if we are moving at each
How
other.
are you? And that is the root of the problem. Some people do. The correct answer is good, thanks, or something along
Something
those
along
lines.
those lines.
You do not ask back, how are you? Because the person is probably 10 feet behind you when you ask them
Yeah,
that. They're not
it
going to
becomes
turn
awkward.
around and shout it back at you.
It becomes very awkward.
Yep.
My second problem with these exchanges is, and it's why I always keep headphones, is what do you say? If I just say hello, what do you say exactly back to me?
Hi.
Hi?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey? That's different from hi.
Oh, it's different from
There
hi.
are pros and cons to hi, hey, hello, sup, and I deliberate over these all of the time, and none of them are optimal. None of them
Is this
are
what
ideal.
you think about?
This is what I think about
on the
all
walks
the
between
time.
class.
Yes, and anytime I actually have to do this, I can't get it out of my head for hours. Say hey, take hey for instance. Hey, if you're sort of walking around and not saying anything for a long time, it can come out a bit guttural if you're not like prepared to be saying hey in a second.
Sure.
You just sort of go,
Hey.
you know? There's hello, which is a bit robotic. You don't sound like a human being when you say hello to people. It's overly polite. And there's sup, which is a bit bro duty.
Bro duty.
Hi has the hey problem. It can sometimes come out a bit guttural. There's no correct word to say.
I won't naturally say hi.
Which is why headphones all the time. The only correct greeting is the head nod. You cannot say hello or hey,
Okay.
or I can't say hey to you because I'm listening to music.
Yeah,
So
I
go head
employ that
nod
all the time.
and nothing else. And this is why you have to wear headphones everywhere you go.
Although I agree with your point that social pleasantries are rather pointless, I would argue that a bike would be much more effective than a pair of headphones.
A bike, yes, that's probably
Extremely effective.
the optimal solution, but I don't own a bike.
Or rollerblades.
Rollerblades is too far.
You know what?
It is not a
No,
respectable way of getting around.
Rollerblades are never too far.
I wish rollerblades were respectable because they're great, they're efficient, they're nice to get around, but you do look a bit dopey on rollerblades.
Well,
it's
a
like
little
a
bit.
Segway.
I think it
My only
doesn't
problem
it take.
is getting down the hill to Jorgensen.
Do you rollerblade to class?
I have before.
You have?
And
Nice.
okay, so
Mad respect,
last
by the
year
way.
I had a transition from Jorgensen Hall to CBA, which is CBA is on the other side of Love Library from Jorgensen, and Jorgensen's at like 17th and
It's
Vine?
16th.
16th and
16th
Vine,
and
but
Vine.
a little bit further north.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh-huh.
Around
A little bit.
And
around
the
there.
professor kind of went over a little bit sometimes, and I had
You're going from Jorgensen to CBA.
yeah.
Okay,
mhm.
that's uphill too.
Yeah, that's uphill too. I mean, if you go around the long way, it's not as bad, but the main time consumer there is the large flat area between around where CBA or not CBA, COB is now,
Oh,
to
yeah.
CBA.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
know what you're talking about.
That's a large portion of the time. So I started just jogging there every day, but then I didn't like doing that. And then I was like, I could bring a bike, but then I have to plan that in the morning, and you can't really
Yeah,
leave a bike in your car and still be able to drive people around.
right.
So, rollerblades.
You,
You can just leave
yeah.
them in your car. You can. Yep.
Yeah.
I see at least one person around campus that employs the rollerblade strategy.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like when getting the rollerblades on and when you get
Yeah.
to the location,
That's
getting
my
them
only
off.
issue with them is you have to lug around another pair of shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, as long as the building doesn't have stairs, you could technically just
And then
Wear them
rollerblade
into
in.
the building.
wear them into the
Uh-huh.
building and sit down. It's that's just sort of
Uh-huh.
reminding me of that one time last year when it was first semester last year when it rained, and it like flooded Vine Street, and a bunch of people had taken
Yes.
off their shoes and socks in
Okay,
modern
Uh-huh.
I
topics
was
in
there.
physics.
Would you like to wait?
Oh, no,
Would
that
you
was
like to hear the
before.
story? I was there.
You were
I
there.
did
Well, I
it.
was there too. Did you take off
I
your
did
shoes
it.
and socks?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Um,
So, physics
before we
majors.
go into this,
Yeah,
my last word on the
headphones.
pleasantries
Yeah.
between people. If you are a chronic offender of things that I do not like, I will, even if especially, I guess the only people who do this would be people you know, because you're the only people who exchange greetings.
Exactly.
I will, if I see you walking down the street to me, I will go out of my way, over a block, maybe 2 blocks, to not have to exchange greetings with you, because you're going to mess it up. This is the sort of pinnacle of
Okay.
Okay.
alienating people.
See, I can't deny that I've done some of that as well.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, so oh geez, walking to class in a flood. Well, at least a flooded street. So yeah, I can do this real quick. Jordan and physics majors have to take the 201 course.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has to take it.
modern
It's on a
topics in physics.
It's on a Friday. Normally it's on a Friday afternoon. Really is, it's the last class of the day. Hate going to it. It
I
was
loved modern topics.
it was pouring once last year, and
It had been pouring all day.
a friend and I who lived in Nyhart, we decided, okay, well, class starts in 15 minutes. Like normally we were there early. Class starts in 15 minutes. We're just gonna have to suck it up and go for it. It was windy. It was rainy. I put on all of the clothes I had that could be the slightest bit waterproof.
Did you own an umbrella?
I owned an umbrella. The umbrella wasn't
It's pretty
very
clutch.
it
Didn't
wasn't
help.
very useful. It was windy.
Mhm.
So we got to that intersection at 16th and Vine, and the water running down the gutters of the street was so deep and so wide that I couldn't even like run and jump over it. So we ended up just wading through the
no.
water. Like it was up to past my ankles. We
Uh-huh.
got into Jorgensen. I was drenched all the way through all my jackets into my t-shirt. I ended up just sitting there in the front of class, to plop myself down in the front of the lecture hall, took off my socks and shoes, and called it good.
I imagine like little
I've
army
done
scene,
that.
a scene of like army men wading through a river with their guns above their heads. It's like
It was like
with our
that.
textbooks
Sort of
above
my,
our heads.
my
Just
backpack above my head, wading
wading
through. I'm gonna get to
through the
class.
street.
I'm gonna get to class. I'm not losing this grade. Well, it was an attendance-based class,
Yes.
Yeah.
so we had to go. But what angered me was that 2 minutes later, after we got to Jorgensen, everybody else that walked to the class was completely fine because it had stopped raining by then.
Nice. Well, that's our time for What's With That. We're going to take a bit of a break now,
Mhm.
and we'll see you listeners in a few seconds for you, but it'll be a couple minutes for us. And we're back to an exciting rendition of What's in the News. This time I think Ethan has our exciting
I
topic
do.
in physics.
Yes. Well, not necessarily.
Not
well,
in physics.
science,
Science.
Just science. This is science
Well,
news.
physics can be expanded to all sciences.
It does apply to physics though. I do have a question for you guys though. I want to make sure you guys have the right background knowledge.
Mhm.
Okay.
Have you heard of
Understandable.
these structures? They're called pyramids. I believe they're in Egypt.
Yeah, I have seen
I
a,
think
Yes.
a
so.
pyramid or two.
You've heard of the Great Pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
The,
Okay. so-
the volume formula, in case you're wondering, is 1/3 base width height.
It is. Smart guy over here. Let's this new segment talks about the Great Pyramid in Giza, Egypt. It was in the news recently because researchers recently discovered a large, previously unidentified chamber inside the 4,500-year-old Great Pyramid. This
big
is
one.
The big one,
Wow.
yeah. The one that people visit most often and has been studied for
Oh yes,
decades.
is this.
You've heard of this?
How old is this story? I have.
Wait, how old is
How old
the
is
story?
this story? Yeah,
A couple of days probably.
a couple of days. Okay.
Uh,
Maybe I'm thinking of something else then. But I've heard of rumors of a secret room in this, and
Right.
this is a place that tourists go a lot.
Yeah.
It's like thousands and thousands of people
Right, and it's been
walked
studied
around in
for
this,
centuries
and we're still
by
learning.
Western researchers. However, there's a little bit of a twist to the story. The reason why we didn't previously know about this chamber is because it is hidden within the structure itself. This is the first discovery. I just wrote this down. This is the first discovery since the 19th century of a major new space inside the pyramid.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, that's incredible. But a team of physicists were the ones who discovered this, and I'll tell you why.
Rightly
They
so.
used cosmic rays to map out the inside of the Great Pyramid.
There we go. That's more
like-
useful than apples.
Gamma rays going through them, or maybe like neutrinos.
It was muons. So we
Muons.
should, I should say just real quick, cosmic rays are extremely energetic radiation coming from space outside of our solar system. We've known about cosmic rays for a while now, and we've been studying them for a couple of decades. But they're so energetic. It's just light. It's radiation. But it's so energetic that when it hits our atmosphere, it literally breaks the particles in our atmosphere up into smaller subatomic particles, and they rain down. We get this shower of subatomic particles that rains down on the Earth, and we can measure those particles, and know their exact momentum and whatnot, and we can figure out how energetic the original cosmic ray was that hit the atmosphere. So what scientists did was they used this shower of particles to map out the inside of the pyramid, because muons, which are these subatomic particles that they were measuring specifically, they get absorbed as they go through the stone of the pyramids. So if there's a large gap in the stone, their detectors will detect more muons
Then it should.
than it should if they're between the cosmic ray source and the detector, if that
Right.
space is in there.
Cosmic rays also a prevalent source of superpowers.
Yes, absolutely. Are you trying to tell us something, Carter?
You can get superpowers by getting into ovens, standing in front of cosmic rays, jumping in radioactive materials.
Oh,
And you
oh,
get
cosmic rays. Oh,
superpowers.
is this the Fantastic Four? Is that what you're
Return of
referring to?
Bubble Boy.
I mean, yeah,
Or what are we talking
that
about here?
is a rendition of cosmic rays, or an example. I personally know the Fantastic Four, actually.
You
and,
do.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
I always wanted to be what's the stretchy dude?
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr.
Reed
Fantastic.
Richards is his name.
Reed. I personally wanted to be I probably was he probably appealed more to me as the scientist, in
Yeah.
the group. But I really liked the whole idea of being able to stretch my body. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be more of a useful
I was a
So
superpower.
that way you can fit in a bread box.
Or an oven. I was a more destructive youth. I always imagined being the Human Torch,
Oh,
burning things.
you do have a story
Uh-huh.
about
You do
burning
have a
yourself,
story
though,
about
don't
that.
you?
Maybe
we'll
for
have to,
another
we'll
time.
save that for another
Okay.
time.
I have been the Human Torch.
Um,
Preview listeners.
This chamber, this newly discovered chamber, they
Is it-
estimate it to be about 30 meters long. So this is a huge
Large.
Okay.
chamber.
So
I don't know
it's
if you guys
bigger
are.
than a bread box.
It's bigger than,
Bigger than a
bread
bread box.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the layout, the interior layout of the Great Pyramid of Giza. But there's like this large passageway, inclined passageway in the center of it. They call it the Great. It's called the Great Gallery. Make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's called the Grand Gallery. I don't know if you've seen pictures of it.
Nope.
It's about.
I've seen sort of graphical representations of the layout of the sort of incline.
And then it leads up to the King's Chamber, and then if you go down, it goes into the Queen's Chamber. There's all stuff that we can probably link into
Linked in the show notes. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But there have been some theories about this chamber, this mysterious chamber. Why, what's the purpose of it? But because its location is above the Grand Gallery, some of the theories say that it was purposely put there as a weight reliever for all the weight pushing down on the gallery.
Less rocks in the top part of the pyramid if there's a big open space.
Right. They have no idea. Obviously, this is just newly discovered. They have no idea why this. Actually, they really don't know why some of the structures inside the pyramid are the ones that we have known about. We still don't know why they're there. But another idea was that it was used as some sort of ramp for counterweights. Because its orientation, it could be, the chamber itself could be horizontal and therefore have a flat floor, or it could be slightly inclined and therefore be a useful ramp to like drag counterweights down it, and the counterweights would help lift up the heavy granite stones.
Okay.
So that's another theory.
If the chamber is slanted or
they don't know. Yeah, they don't know its exact orientation.
Actually in it yet. We only know through indirect evidence that it's there.
Exactly. And from the looks of it, I mean, there's a 3D map on the article that I was looking at. But from the looks of it, it looks like there's no direct passageway to it. At least not that we know of. There are like air vents.
It's where they keep the Balrog. Shout out to Lord of the Rings, my boy Tolkien.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is, Carter. You'll just have to call up the lead Egyptologist.
Don't dig too deep.
So that was my news topic. I thought that was pretty cool that physicists were the ones who discovered this.
Yeah, definitely.
Just showing off the prowess of the physicists.
We can help with Egyptology.
Yeah. By the way, they did come about it in a scientific manner. There were two teams that discovered that.
Okay.
One that discovered it, and then another team that came in and verified their findings. So, maybe I don't know how long ago it was that they first discovered it, but it was relatively recently that they got verified.
Do they know if there is a passage at all, or do we suspect that it's completely blocked off and
I don't know actually. I honestly don't know. I don't think there's any. Like I said, from the looks of it, it doesn't look like you can get in it in any sort of way.
I'm just slightly remembering from a while ago that there was some ideas that maybe we see a doorway that has been blocked off in the Great Pyramid of Giza. This was a story a while ago, so maybe these are related, but
where did that doorway lead to?
I'm not remembering exactly.
There used to be a show on the History Channel. It was kind of a reality TV show that followed the lead Egyptologist. I don't remember what it was called. He was an interesting dude, I will tell you. This is before the Ancient Alien days.
Yeah, before History Channel got bad.
In our opinion.
In our opinion. In our correct opinion.
Geez. Yeah, so I was pretty excited about that.
If that's all we have from Ethan, we also have another news story from our co-host Claire. What do you got for us?
Okay, so I'd just like to throw out there Happy Dark Matter Day. That was on October 31st.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Halloween's kind of meh.
What's Dark Matter? Go ahead.
I've just upset a lot of people, but Halloween's kind of meh. Dark Matter Day is something I can get behind though.
Oh. Okay, so
just so you guys know, Carter is actually a pretty good guy when you get to know him.
But do you know me?
The sample size of the times
Not if I met you on the
that
street.
we're talking. Oh, that'd be horrible for everyone.
I secretly think I was supposed to be born in like Jersey. You know, we're too polite here in Nebraska.
Oh, I have a story
Uh,
about New Jersey. So, two
Oops.
people.
We're leaving behind the news.
Yeah,
Go
we
on.
are. So,
More important things.
two people who I knew last semester, but they were talking to each other about where they were from in the U.S. since they just came here to UNL.
Of course, naturally.
And the second that one of them found out the other one was from New Jersey, as were they, the first thing they asked was, "What exit?"
No kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
This is presumably from some sort of train, or no, a freeway. I
Yeah,
guess.
the
freeway.
freeway, yeah.
Uh-huh.
In Chicago, I know what line is a question because they're the sort of red line,
Really?
blue line, green line. What line are you?
What
What?
line do you live on? That's interesting.
What exit?
What exit?
Not what town. What
That's
exit?
good.
I mean, it's the
Uh-huh.
the official
it's
term for. I remember this from geography days. Megalopolis, is that a term?
Yes, that is a word,
That's a word.
a real one.
Yeah. I mean, when it's pretty much just city for miles.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You can tell that we are all
So-
from. Wait.
So how Omaha's eating up the surrounding
We're all
towns.
from
The entire
Nebraska.
planet.
Yeah.
Which we're getting very off topic, but I think Lincoln has a sort of law that you cannot build more than 3 or 4 stories
No,
in the city
the
limits.
law is that you can't build a building that's taller than the Capitol
taller than the
Okay.
capital.
within city limits.
This is extremely counterproductive and is going this if this continues, there will be no Lincoln. It will,
there will
Really?
be outward
Overtaken.
You think so?
expansion
But
versus vertical
outward expansion is ridiculous. That's why I don't like Omaha. It is sort of
Lincoln has
completely
plenty of-
space inefficient.
I mean,
And
Omaha is a
they
little
say
bit
it's to
shadier.
preserve the skyline. I think short buildings is a worse skyline than skyscrapers. Those are fun and exciting. But moving on.
Wow.
The news.
The news.
Yeah, okay, so October 31st is Dark Matter Day, and I came by this holiday courtesy of CERN, or the European Center for Nuclear Research.
Hang on, that's not how you spell CERN.
Centre Européen Recherche Nucléaire.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
For
what
all
it
of those of you who
For
speak
those
French.
of you who have taken French, that's what it actually stands for, but English translation, European Center for Nuclear Research. And their facility is located in Geneva, Switzerland, and they do a bunch of research with some really special equipment that they have there. Mostly the Large Hadron Collider.
Right.
Yes, soft A, not hard A. And
Or the LHC.
or the
LHC.
LHC for sure.
There's a lot of famous cloud chambers on CERN campus. Gargamel, for one. You guys don't know Gargamel? It's
No,
No.
the blank stare of my face.
Yeah.
It's the I hope I'm right now. For this is completely from memory, but I think it's the cloud chamber that they discovered the W and Z bosons with.
Oh,
okay, gosh.
cool.
Okay.
Anyways,
Well, yeah.
Anyway, CERN's
Yeah.
super cool and stuff.
Correct us if we're wrong.
It took
but-
3 countries to collaborate to create the Large Hadron Collider because of the area needed for
Right.
the
So big.
acceleration of particles.
Right.
hmm And one of the things that they do research on is dark matter, which is
Hmm.
a type of matter that actually is most of the mass.
Well,
in-
we think it's a type of matter. We honestly don't
we
know
think it's
much
the type
about
of
it.
matter.
yeah.
But we can't detect it directly. We can only detect it because of its the effect
Gravitational
its
effects. Yeah.
gravity has on things like starlight.
Right.
hmm
I think I've heard before that it shouldn't have been called dark matter. Should have
No,
been called
it's-
dark gravity
Yeah,
because it's
because it's non-baryonic.
Right. non what?
Baryonic.
As in this is a new phrase.
Yeah, this
before.
is new for us.
Oh,
Tell us about
there's
baryonic.
there's baryons and
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
This is
what
quantum
matters.
mechanics.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what matter
So
known-
matter is
known
Known
matter
matter
is made of.
is
So it's
explicitly called baryons.
yes,
Gotcha.
they're called baryons, and that's what our known observable universe, like the tables and stuff,
the standard
The
model.
standard model is based
Correct.
on baryonic matter.
I do like, we call it dark matter. There's also dark energy, and we have
Mhm.
these sort of cool fancy names through dark, but they're just the class of things that we don't know about.
Correct.
This is just, we've just labeled everything we don't get dark something, and then we
Yeah.
shove it off in the
yeah.
corner and don't think about it.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, National Dark Matter Day helps bring attention to dark matter research that physicists are conducting at CERN. They had a Facebook Live event, and they were doing different things to help inform the public about what exactly dark matter is and what exactly they do at CERN.
Well, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super fun.
I
CERN
didn't
is,
know it was designated Dark Matter Day. I will
Mhm.
celebrate
you
it
do
from now
now.
on.
Every year
Mhm.
now. I'm ready for Dark Matter Day. It's
And
the
it
better
was-
holiday on
yeah, it
October
was
31st.
Just Mole Day a little while ago.
Oh, that's right.
6.022 times 10 to the 23rd is Avogadro's number,
So
which
therefore,
is a
the
mole.
October 23rd
Is Mole Day.
Mole Day.
Mhm.
Mole Day.
MOL. M-O-L.
MOL.
Yes.
Yes.
No
The
as in
Large
E.
Hadron
chemistry mole.
Collider is just, it's a wonder.
Absolutely.
There should be a new class of wonders of the world. You know, you have the
Mhm.
ancient wonders of the world, the natural wonders of the world. There should be these sort of
A modern
modern
wonders of the
technological wonders of the world.
Right. Oh, I mean, would there be any modern non-technological wonders?
What do you mean other
Well, I mean,
technological?
if it's going to be
okay,
modern,
anything
I mean, would you
man-made,
think
but
anything man-made? Gotcha.
maybe you'd have to use a more
I mean,
No,
anything
I'm
man-made,
talking-
wouldn't that
I'm
be
talking-
technology?
Okay, I think we're confused and talking about different things because we already have man-made wonders like the Great Wall
Right.
of China and all that. I'm talking about more modern, sort of technological, but everything's technology, so we need a better word.
Oh.
So wonders that are super cool, but then also help our scientific
Yeah.
advancement.
So I think
CERN.
candidates, Large Hadron Collider, the James Webb Space Telescope. You could maybe
Ah.
get some other telescopes in there like the
The
Hubble.
Large Underground Xenon Experiment.
That sounds like a prime candidate,
That
It's in
sounds like a
South
prime candidate.
Dakota.
for instance.
Oh,
Is that a dark matter research facility?
Yeah,
I've
actually.
seen
They
this place.
there's
I've seen the
neutrinos
too.
at least. Wait, you've
Yeah.
been there.
I've
I
never been
have-
in it, but
I
I've
have
driven by
been
it.
in it.
You have.
Yeah, so I was there 3 years ago in, what was 3 years ago? 2014? Talking about dark matter and then not remembering what year it is. Okay, and so they have this thing in South Dakota called the Homestake Mine. It was 8,000 feet deep and the deepest mine in the Western Hemisphere at the time it was closed in 2002. And that's right around Leeds, South Dakota. And
Yeah,
because
I've driven past that or driven through that area, but
and because it's so deep, the mass of the Earth actually slows down neutrinos more than would be possible otherwise.
right.
So in 2007, the Stanford Underground Lab decided to choose that as the location for the Large Underground Xenon Experiment.
Okay.
And they've been setting things up, and I believe they've started research recently. Their project is less formally known as Nerds Searching for Wimps or Weakly Interacting Mass
Oh.
Particles.
Oh, nice.
They have t-shirts. They're pretty great.
This is, my family used to vacation in Lead, and so that's why I'm familiar with this sort of
gotcha.
winter
Yeah,
vacation.
they
Gotcha.
have a lot of caves. This used to be a gold mine.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. All of the things that we've mentioned so far, neutrinos, just a subatomic or a
I'll
quantum particle. We
Yes.
might as well just use the term quantum just to say how weird these things
I
are.
will
Uh-huh.
put an image of the standard model in the show notes.
Okay.
And
Carter's got us.
most of
gotcha.
the time, they don't interact with normal matter.
Right.
Thousands of these things
Yeah.
pass through us all the time.
Neutrinos
Which is-
would travel
yeah.
miles and miles through lead
Mhm.
before slowing down at all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
They pass right through the Earth all the time.
Yeah.
They're hard. In the LHC, when you're doing your sort of mass and momentum calculations, there's always like a plus or minus for neutrinos because you can't detect those at all. So it's like,
Exactly.
if we're missing a bit of mass, it was probably just some neutrinos that
Some
we made.
neutrinos that went somewhere. Yeah.
That went
Mhm.
somewhere, which is very exciting. The Large Hadron Collider. And that's our time for the news. Come back in a few seconds for trivia with Claire.
With Claire. Claire's got us on this. one.
Yep.
See you in a few seconds, listeners. And we're back. This time with fast trivia with Claire.
I
What do you got for us?
Wait. I really liked that and really drug out that and.
Yeah,
And we're back.
We're going for a game show host
Game
type
show-
voice because
Okay.
we're in the game show section, even though I'm not the host. Claire,
So
can you
I'm
give us
the-
an and we're back?
And we're back.
There we go.
Riveting.
So I'm the game show host then. Okay.
Game master, sports master.
This trivia section is over weird names of paint colors. Now,
Alright.
Paint colors.
Now to prepare for this, I took a little trip to the Home Depot with my handy notebook and
She's
just
tried
already
to
wandering
roll the
around.
paint for like an hour.
Did you get approached by someone and say, hey, can we help
Nope.
you? You finding anything?
Yeah.
No.
Just a crazy person wandering around Home Depot.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have
Yeah,
my paint pants
Could
on.
you please direct me to the paint sample with the weirdest name?
Oh yeah, that'd go over really well.
So
I mean,
so
I'm
this
sure
is
it
this
would.
is like house paint.
Yeah, uh-huh. So there's like a paint counter with a bunch of dye by it, and then all along the shelves there's just blank paint waiting to be dyed, and then there's the oops paint, and then there's all these weird cards with colors on them.
The swatches?
The
yeah,
swatches.
the swatches of paint.
Not a nice swatch.
Yeah,
Not to be confused with the Swiss watch, also called a swatch.
Also called a
These are different
swatch.
things.
a swatch of paint. This does not tell time. So anyway, the first two are going to be over paint puns.
All right.
And the goal of all of these is to guess which paint color I made up.
It's another exciting rendition of Which One's the Fake?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'll let Carter go first.
Of course.
Okay, this is multiple choice.
Don't
As
look
it
at me
should
like
be.
that.
Okay, your choices are Sublime Lime, Establishment, and Turn Down for What.
Oh no.
Okay. If we both said oh no at the same time, that was brilliant. Okay, so Turn Down for What? I can imagine some like committee somewhere being like, oh yeah, kids will buy our paint if we call it this. So that's real. Sublime Lime,
Who do they take us to
I think,
be?
is also real. What was the third one?
Establishment.
Establishment is too clever to be on paint. So I'm
I-
gonna say Claire
I don't
came
know,
up with
it's
establishment.
I came up with establishment.
Yes.
I did not come
Wow.
up with establishment. No, that was one of the real paint colors. I came up with
Oh.
down for what?
Turn
Take
down
that.
for what?
Mm-hmm.
Turn down
I
for
lost
what?
it. I
Yep.
put too much faith in Claire.
I was very
That's what I
surprised
get.
when I came across this color, but needlessly happy.
Establishment. I was gonna say
Uh-huh.
I'd buy it.
Mint.
I'd paint my living room walls establishment.
Okay,
Just for the
so-
pun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just for the pun.
I just want all of my walls in my future house to be like blackboard paint, and then you can just like scribble
That would be great.
like a
Mhm.
madman all over your walls and ceiling.
Yes.
And that also discourages people from coming to your house because it's
I'd
like
coat
a
my
crazy person
walls
lives
in
here.
blackboard
Antisocial
paint.
Carter.
Then
Please
you can
leave.
just
Yes.
scribble all over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Okay, that's -5 points to Carter.
-5. Bummer.
Yes.
That's all right. I'll come
Okay,
back.
next
I'll
one's
rally.
for
I like how you got his hopes up, and then
Yeah.
you just killed him
Yep. I
and
was.
took points away.
and took points
That's
away.
life,
yeah.
you know? Get your hopes up, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what happens next.
Okay, the next one's
Karma.
for Ethan. Your choices are Wind Blue, I Pink I Can, and Blew Me Away.
Wind blue. I think blew me away is definitely a color.
Okay.
Wind blue. I don't. That seems a little too similar to blew me away. However, what is the other one? I pink I can.
I Pink I Can.
I pink I can.
Mm-hmm.
Who would
I
paint their house
sincerely
pink?
hope. Yeah. I sincerely hope that is not a color. I'm gonna go with I pink I can.
Is the fake color?
Is the fake color final answer?
You are also wrong.
Oh,
Ugh.
jeez.
It had to be one of the blues. You were right
Yeah,
at the first
when-
time.
Wind Blue is the one I came up with.
Wind blue.
Wind
Yeah.
blue. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was too similar. I should have just gone with it.
I would have guessed the other blue one. Wind blue is a bit too catchy. I'm getting faith back in Claire.
Well, because the other one was blew me away,
Blew
right?
me
Yep.
away.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm also giving you -5 points.
All right,
Those
at least
were
we're
both
keeping
it
evens,
fair.
so you're
Yeah.
both even.
Unlike some
Okay.
people.
Yeah, unlike my
The next section is Shades of Khakis.
khakis.
Khaki.
Yeah.
Shades of Khaki.
I would just like to say that does anyone else like
Best-
get physically harmed by puns? They
What? It's just like
They
you just
hurt.
have like a
You gotta
sharp
groan. It's like,
stabbing pain in
"Oh."
your
I'm
side when
not
you hear a
saying
pun.
those were the only puns out there. I'm just saying that was our pun round.
That was our pun round.
There are
Okay.
maybe
A
other
lot of-
puns mixed in
There's
there.
a large set of
Uh-huh.
puns.
There's an even larger set of khakis,
All right.
unfortunately.
Khaki.
So next
Khaki's
question goes
the best
to you,
color
Carter.
for shorts. Cargo
Once
shorts.
again, name which one I made up.
All right. I'm ready.
Khaki bronze, khaki color, khaki shade, or
Khaki-
casual khaki.
Oh.
Wait,
These
the
are for
khaki
paints
color and
still?
Yes, these are all paints.
are khaki color and what was khaki casual? Are those spelled with K's? As in the second word of those?
Okay.
You get like a
No, neither
3K
one of
type
those.
situation.
Only the only K's in these are the ones for the khaki.
For the khaki?
Yes.
You don't want to.
They
You don't want
missed
to
an
find yourself in a
opportunity.
triple K
Mhm.
situation.
Yeah.
That's
So-
sort of taboo.
Once
Statistically,
again,
one of these is going to be correct.
uh-huh,
Correct.
One
And I
of
feel like they
One of
missed.
these is made up.
Yes.
So they. Can we go through my
There.
options? Khaki color.
Khaki bronze, khaki shade, and casual khaki.
Khaki shade and casual.
I'm gonna go with casual khaki is made up.
No, that's one of the paint colors.
Goodness.
I made up khaki
Wow.
color.
khaki color.
Yep.
That was
That was too plain.
That was too obviously made up.
Yes.
It came right around. The reverse
Uh-huh.
psychology on display.
Okay. I'm gonna
Gee,
give
It's
you
amazing.
a negative marble on this one.
Minus a marble.
Yes.
Man. I love
Okay.
marbles.
We'll have to come up with a.
Uh-huh.
Wait. We should come up with the marble to point system now.
Right. We need to do that. Oh.
I like a logarithmic. A marble is 10 points, and a star is 10 marbles.
Okay.
Okay. I can
Alright.
get behind that.
All right.
That just means I lost a lot of points.
Yeah.
My
But-
turn.
Okay. Yeah. Ethan's turn. Okay. Your options are Explorer khaki, khaki moss, crisp khaki, and Pacific khaki.
Explorer khaki.
Yes. Explorer khaki.
I think khaki moss is a thing. What was another one? Give me another one.
Pacific khaki and crisp khaki.
Crisp khaki. Let's go with the first one. That
Explorer khaki.
Yeah.
You think that one's the one I made up?
Explorer, as in like
Explorer.
Like someone off
explorer,
on a
like
safari,
searching.
they got their pit
Yeah.
hat and a machete.
Okay,
and
maybe
chopping through the
maybe that
vines.
would be
Or someone going spelunking.
Pacific.
Spelunking,
I
too.
say I think Pacific khaki is a thing too.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with my gut on this one. I didn't do
Mhm.
it last time. I'm gonna stick
Okay.
with my gut. Explorer khaki. Final answer.
Is the fake one?
This is the fake one.
You are also wrong.
Oh my gosh.
The one I made up was crisp khaki.
Crisp khaki. That would have been my
Mhm.
guess.
But since we're keeping it
Oh,
even this
sure.
time, this is also a minus a marble.
Minus a
Minus a
marble.
marble.
Okay.
Keeping fair.
It's neck and neck
Yep.
in the negative
The
points.
next one
Here we go.
is shades of tan.
The-
You think you
not
can do
to
it?
be
We-
confused with khaki.
Yeah,
Very
not
different.
to be
All right, here
confused
we
with
go.
khaki. Okay. Carter, your choices are Adobe tan, Antelope tan, tan suede gloves, and Dapper tan.
Tan suede gloves. That's too long and rambly. There's no way someone put that on their paint can.
That's the fake one.
That's the fake one.
You're also wrong.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
That is.
Paint people who come up with paints. I don't know what is there a name for someone who comes up with paint
People.
names?
That's minus another marble. But don't worry,
Nice.
it's Ethan's turn next. Okay.
So he'll be losing a marble soon.
Oh, you
Okay.
little faith.
Your options are onion skin tan, council bluff tan, polo tan, and sandbox tan.
Sandbox tan.
Yep.
Sandbox tan, definitely. Yes.
Is the
Is
fake
a,
one.
No, is a real one.
Okay.
Polo tan.
Yeah, polo tan.
Polo tan. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one. What were the first
Okay.
two?
Onion skin tan
Onion
and
skin?
council bluff tan.
Council Bluff. I'm gonna go with Council Bluff tan. Is the
Is
the one you
I
made up?
Wrong.
Oh my
goodness.
God.
You
I
know
thought
the first one you said, sandbox tan?
Don't
That's
tell
the
me.
one I made up.
I was so on board with Council Bluff Tan. I was like, that's too local. There's no way.
I was also very happy when I saw that in the store.
God.
This is harsh.
Is there another round?
Yeah, there
I
is
nominate
another
this
round.
the speed round.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Shades of yellow. Yellow, it's me, buttered sweet corn, and spicy banana pepper.
Spicy banana pepper
Is the fake?
is the fake.
That's real.
Yeah.
Minus a star.
All right, here we go.
More yellow. Extra virgin olive oil, supple sunshine, and golden kiwi
The golden kiwi
is the fake.
is the fake.
Wrong.
Oh my
Goodness. Have we ever gotten a
That's supple
which one's the fake
sunshine.
correct?
I don't.
No one
I
has
don't think
ever
we
gotten
have.
one right.
No,
Which yellows were real, might I
We
ask?
we're gonna have to total up points.
We're gonna have to
we have to right now.
call it at
Yep,
this
we
point.
have to call
Okay,
it.
you are dead even at both minus 5 points, 2 marbles, and a star.
Rock, paper, scissors
Rock
for
paper
the win.
scissors. Here we go.
I do have a tiebreaker.
Oh.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Okay,
You got 30
so
seconds.
you two have to
seconds
come
on the
up
clock.
with the best sci-fi name for a paint.
For a paint?
Yes.
Um,
And 5,
Ooh.
4, 3.
Ferengi green.
Transporter tan.
Oh,
Both
you
Star
both
Trek
went with Star
references.
Trek.
That was- I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Carter since he answered faster.
Oh, baloney.
Yeah, you copied my Star Trek theme. Clearly, is
I
what happened
immediately
here.
started thinking Star Trek.
Mhm.
So,
That was a good line of thought, though.
what did I win? Just the round, or did I get points or marbles?
Well, technically, if you win any positive points, which you do, then you beat Ethan.
Yeah, I would like some.
Of
I will
course.
give
amount of
you
point.
a positive marble and a half.
Marble and a half, 15 points. And with that, I am crowned the winner of this week's Fast Trivia. And with that, we're out of time. This was loads of fun, everybody.
It was. For some people.
For some people, for
For
the
some
winners. You
people.
just, don't be a
Right.
sore loser.
This was incredibly entertaining for me since neither one of them got a correct answer.
Yeah,
this
the
whole
same thing
time.
happened in episode 1 with the superheroes.
Mhm.
Anyways, listeners, we're very excited to have the website live. We want your feedback, so go ahead and check us out on Facebook and Twitter and leave a comment there or on the website. We're really looking forward to any kind of feedback we can get.
Questions, comments, concerns, things we can address on the show. We'd love to hear from you.
Anything.
Mhm,
Razzing
anything.
us, telling us we sound stupid, that's also appreciated.
Weird
Yes.
questions, things we can talk about, also appreciated.
Yep. Anything.
The weirder,
And-
the better.
The weirder, the better. We're all strange people here. And with that, we're out of time. You've been listening to What's on the Fourth Floor. But what is on the fourth floor?
A giant gallon of paint of transporter tan.
Of transporter tan?
Honestly, I don't think it's what's on the fourth floor, it's what's in the fourth floor because the whole thing's a zero gravity chamber.
No kidding.
Mhm.
Then the paint would just be a sphere, sort of
The
floating
paint
in the
would
air.
just be a glob.
It'd
Yeah.
be a glob of paint. Can you
Yes.
paint the inside of things in zero gravity if you have it like on a brush? Could you-
Surface tension?
Oh,
Maybe?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I guess we can look it up.
Well, you can spread it
Hello? If you're still here, it's because you're looking for more. If that's the case, check us out on Facebook at What's on the Fourth Floor and Twitter at OnFloor4. Again, that's Facebook, What's on the Fourth Floor, Twitter at OnFloor4. That's at OnFloor, the number 4.